Go! 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 You already know, man. You already know, man. First Game Podcast. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got my co-host, JB Cuzzo.
We back. First Game Podcast. You don't know you better fucking ask somebody, I tell you that. We back, man. Locked in. We gonna get into it, man.
Facts, man. Facts, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Hey, man. First Game Podcast, Season 3, Episode 23. You know, man, it was... Hey, this been last week's been a long week, man. It's been a long week for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of... I know what I'm saying. So you feel like you gotta yell a little bit. You gotta be some type of enraged a little bit, man. Cause it's like stuff that you saying, it frustrates you. But you know, you just gotta see it for what it is and keep moving. But how you feeling, JB, man?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. Just getting these details of this tragic situation.
Facts. And you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people in this movement right now feeling some type of way, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all, because it's like, regardless, man, what's going down, it's like, yo, we are losing people. We're not losing people that are dictators that, you know, that has done evil. We are losing good people that should be on this earth continuously doing good things. But that's one thing about part of life. Like, no matter how much good you do in your life can be taken by somebody evil, by somebody that can be good. It could be an accident. You know what I'm saying? Like, just know that anytime in your life, it could be gone. But just the question I got for you, like right now, because it's like, we do got to have a conversation about this. It's about basically defamation right now and this political tension. How do you think false accusations and defamation in political campaigns or political parties can escalate tensions between candidates and their supporters?
Well, based off this situation we got here,
Yeah.
you got the left. They can't beat the right with ideas, so they resorted to name calling and fear mongering, like I was saying during the campaign. And all their fear mongering, fake fear mongering, fake news, lies, led to a tragic situation. And it's going to keep leading to those tragic situations. The left, they can't give you politics. They can't justify some of their ideologies.
Facts.
So, you know, they resort to violence.
Man, what do you think? Okay. I hate the fact that, you know, it got to this point of defamation. Like, I feel like that's like the most lowest way to make your point is by making a lie. When you, like you said, when you hear the people on the left say this person is a Nazi, this person is a Hitler, Then they go tell their supporters, if y'all don't do nothing, y'all gonna lose America. Y'all gonna lose your rights as a person. Like back in the day, I would have took that as like, damn, maybe I should get up and do something. But nowadays, I don't react that fast because I need more information. So I know there's a lot of old me's out there that don't really try to look for the information. The information come hit them and they react. And nowadays, people are using defamation as a weapon. At first, it was like it was an experiment. What if I say this about this person and it's completely true and millions of people hear it? You think they'll be moved by it? Nowadays people are. Now people feel like their rights in jeopardy, their life in jeopardy. So now they want to be a vigilante. They want to save America. And it's getting so bad that yes, a person who would not know, who won't have knowledge, will feel threatened by another person. If I was, say, the most loudest voice in political in this political campaign, because at the end of the day, these are the certain people right now that have their voices amplified, are political figures. And if I come around say that, JB, by what you doing, you can just kill everybody by what you doing. Hey guy, hey, this guy's a killer. This guy, he's gonna threaten everybody. He's gonna kill everybody. And us two in the same battle of the head of state, people gonna try to goddamn take you out because they felt like, oh, what Dave's saying is all true about JB. So we getting to that point of it can escalate shit on a different level. So that shit gotta cool down. It's gotta cool down. I understand what freedom of speech is, but it's at the same time when you making false accusation about a person and you just destroying their image, and now you can say that crazy people out here, not crazy enough to be in an insane house, but crazy enough to do something out their means. They will do it because they feel threatened. And it's getting real bad nowadays, bro. So that's why you might as well just jump into the pot. Might as well jump into the pot. That's a good lead. That's a good segue for us to get into it. A lot of people already know the assassination of Charlie Kirk that happened on September 10th. He was a part of the Turning Point movement at
Creator,
18.
creator.
Well, he said co-founder. I don't know who all of it, but he attended at Harper College in Illinois. Um, he was big in the MAGA movement. He was conservative. He was a Christian, and when he was about to start doing his Turning Point events at Utah Valley, he was shot down, unalived. Um, all I can say right now is R.I.P. to Charlie Kirk. Prayers up, because this is it's some people are not moved by violence. Some people are, but it's a lot of people in MAGA right now is looking like, man, that's the one blow. Like that's the one blow because he was part of this MAGA movement. You can say your own opinions about how important he was to the MAGA movement, but he played a good role into it. Also, he played a good role in changing people's mindsets about you know, their values. He also gave a stage to the people who we oppose. That's
Well, I
all.
disagree with it.
Yeah, and he also had conversations when he also was the person that was just like how Trump do. He'll show up to an all black journalism convention and answer questions. That is courage right there. I don't care what you say. That is courage to stand where to be in a place where it's gonna be uncomfortable, where answers that you're gonna have to answer regardless, that you can't move around. While some of these people on the left don't even show up to their own people, their own supporter. They don't even talk to their supporters. But you can give your comments, man. I'll probably yapping too much anyway.
I mean, it's just, uh, it's a major blow to MAGA, but
Yeah.
like a lot of other people said, it turned him into a martyr.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they were trying to like stoke fear in the people who do things like Charlie Kirk, but I don't think that is the outcome that this guy was going to get. I think it energized the base when I was starting to feel kind of like MAGA was winning a lot and people started getting complacent, and this just another driving force uh, to motivate people when it comes to midterms.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it, it's another situation that's revealing like the BS that the liberal media does.
Facts.
They don't want to let people know that the guy had a transsexual, well, in the process of a male in the process of becoming a female, well, in the process of thinking they're becoming a female, and
Yeah.
it's just it goes with the narrative that's been going on recently with trans and mental issues and shootings and danger and uh, pretty much the Democrat Party getting in bed with the wrong folk, and I think they really bit off more than they could chew. You get in bed with these type of people, you're coddling their mental illnesses instead of trying to get them better, bro.
Facts.
Uh, yes, the media is just not trying to be 100 with the world, and the media is a big, huge reason a lot of this is going on too.
Facts.
And I know something has to be done, but I don't know what can be done when you know that their argument is going to be freedom of speech and constitution, and we should have a right to say whatever we want about Trump and Charlie Kirk. It's America, but we got to start coming up with like the difference between you in your normal life having freedom of speech and you being on the clock and having a professional conduct.
For real, man. It's I just feel like, man, it was a point in time in this political atmosphere that people actually did be out their opponents with ideas and good speeches. Yes, we have went off the orthodox on what political is, but it's because some of these ideologies are going too far a certain way, too far. Then it got real bad when a certain group of people were orchestrating themselves as highly more people. So it was like we not even. I just feel like right now politics is moving to a direction that a person can just beat you. It ain't. It's supposed to be like some unwritten rules in politics. It's supposed to be, but now we ain't getting that no more. Now we getting it's like a no holds bar. There's no rules. If you win, you win.
You can have your ideology, but
Yeah,
I ain't gonna say that the way you want America to be is wrong.
true.
I ain't gonna say the way I want America to be is right.
Yeah.
All I know is you vote on it.
Hmm.
And if you got a case that you can make to the people about why your ideology makes more sense, then do it, bro. But if you lose, you lose. It's like,
Yeah, true. I agree with that, man, because it's like that what made the foundation of America better was the fact that we did have opposing ideas and we came together. Like if it did get that bad enough that we had to go to war, yeah, we had to go to war. But once we settled, it's settled.
exactly, like you gonna have these situations though, where you be like, when people starting to question, like, oh, you got people getting fired from their jobs for freedom of speech.
Nah, that's rightfully owned, man.
And I'm like, bro, freedom of speech don't work like that when it comes to employment. And I'll give you an example. You sitting across the table from your boss. You tell him, I think you're a effing idiot,
Hmm.
and I think you suck at running this company, and I hate that I work for you. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure after you look at him and say that with all that freedom of speech, your ass getting fired.
yeah, yeah.
So these arguments that people can't be fired for saying morally wrong things when you are represented by a company's brand, like they got the right to let you go when they don't want a certain image on their brand. They don't want an image that they hire people who don't care about people getting shot live in front of children, his own children, other people's children,
Hey,
uh,
man,
at school. Like, bro, and you sitting here cheering, talking about is the gun okay? Like, you're gonna
man,
learn a
money.
lesson. We had this country firing people for talking down about COVID, uh, LGBT, uh, having something to say about a black person on the clock, you getting fired. Like, now it's time
Oh,
to clean up. Now we gotta get the stupid shit out of the excuse my language, but we gotta get
nah, I understand both.
the stupid things out of the workplace. This country is at a turning point. No pun intended. Or pun, fuck it. It's at a turning point, bro.
It's
And
like
we about to start getting things back in order.
it's like also too, man. I hate the fact, like, yeah, freedom of speech. You can say what you want to say, but it's just certain people not realizing, like, we done spent 12 years of being in a fascist state of where your views were spoken. You could possibly lose money. You could possibly not be at an event if you didn't want to. If you didn't want to, just like with the vaccine, if you didn't want the vaccine, you will be possibly getting fired because you didn't want to put something in your body that didn't have that didn't seem safe. Like we we already was in a fascist atmosphere. Then it get real bad that some people try to spew that where there's some people that actually wanna put freedom of speech They want you to say what you going to say. They want you to goddamn have comments about the government, what they not doing, what they doing. But I'm not saying that this company. I don't. I'm saying a company ain't allowed to goddamn knock you off their employment. But it's like we lived in a fascist state for 12 years under certain people that will silence you. They will silence you. They will silence you if you was on stage and you said if you sucking dick in the parking lot and you a dude, you suspect as fuck. Damn, my bad, my bad. You suspect. That man got canceled for saying that. Was it reason for him to say it? No. But at the same time, he got silenced for saying that. And that was the culture. It was called council culture. But the funny thing about it, the council culture was only counseling people that did not like their type of views. And their type of views was blatantly displayed. I'm not going to go in what certain community supported the council culture, but you can see certain people who were getting counseled opposed that culture. And it's like, I hate the fact that now they the ones who pointing the fingers on who's fascist. I hate they the ones who's pointing the finger at people saying y'all the ones who's y'all the ones who's trying to be oppressors. Y'all
It's
the
kind
guys
of
who've been
crazy.
oppressors,
It's kind of crazy. The news is acting like they don't know what type of person mindset shot Charlie Kirk, bro.
bro. We
When
can't.
you
We
see the
already got
word fascist on a bullet, like who the hell else could that be, bro? Republicans don't talk like that, bro. Conservatives don't talk like that, bro. That word first started being used during this campaign with Kamala against who? Trump. Who does
Trump.
Charlie Kirk support? Trump.
Trump.
So it's like, bro, y'all know it's Democratic, liberal mindset motherfucker who did this.
Yeah.
Why y'all playing dumb, bro? And that's what's gonna make people keep going against y'all. The more y'all play dumb, the more people gonna go against y'all.
Amen.
Straight up.
Hey
But
fellas, how you
what's
doing,
up?
man? I'm late, man. But sound like y'all was talking about Charlie Kirk and what happened. I just wanna
Yeah.
say that that was a tragedy, man. It sucks that that happened. I hate that that happened. And it was a little disturbing seeing people celebrate this guy's death. Even if
Yeah.
even if you don't agree with what he was for whatever reason, if you don't agree with what he was saying, it's like, why are you going online celebrating the fact that he got shot? Like, that shit is weird, bro.
You think half these celebrations come from black culture? How
How
our
you see?
culture, how our culture. I'm just asking how our
Yeah.
culture. You know how we celebrate when an enemy is killed in our music. Do you think
Yeah,
that
Mm-hmm.
kind of desensitized the world that to kind of think like that? Like if your enemy die, smoking on. I seen some smoking on Charlie Kirk packs on my timeline and shit. I'm just like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a
It, it, it,
that
yeah.
culture mixed with a bunch of shit. But yeah, go ahead, my bad.
Yeah. You
I was
can.
I'm
You
gonna
getting
can
say
a
say that. You
beverage.
can say that.
I'm gonna say yeah, yeah and no because I feel like on the black side, the black culture, yeah, that desensitized them because they often hear about the smoking on their ops packs and everything. But
True.
when you see it from the white side of, yeah, they not saying smoking on the pack, but they celebrating like him getting killed. It don't make you desensitized to it because you're not used to seeing like white people act. Well, I'm not used to seeing white people act like that. So I just be like, damn, that's a little weird. But I am desensitized to like when you hear the smoking on my iPad because of our culture's music. But it was just
Hmm.
shocking to me because I never seen white people like, and I'm not blaming white people, but I'm just saying I never seen white people like celebrate somebody death like that until
True.
this Charlie Kirk situation.
Cause
Yeah,
we
you.
used to seeing it.
I think you hit it right on the spot. It heightened. It most of this celebration of death has heightened in music of drill. Well, you just listen to music, listen to the lyrics. Motherfucker, I mean, somebody say Tay Tay got shot down. You thought that was just a lyric, and then you realize a
Tay Tay
person
really
did
got
get
shot
shot.
down.
That was actual events that happened in that person's music. But you not from Chicago, you just thought that bar was just hot.
It rhyme, go with the song, go with the hook. Like that shit be crazy,
That's
bro.
what we gotta get people to understand, bro. Say if a rapper come out and this Charlie Kirk shooting was not all on the news and you didn't know about it.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Yeah, we smoking on there, Charlie Pet." And you just thinking of some hard lyrics, then come to find out this nigga got shot in his neck in front of everybody and shit. Now it's like, damn, they was doing that about bro. But our culture would do it about a 14-year-old kid getting shot.
Hmm.
Like,
I think also too.
turning point.
Also too, and I do think about like the harsh truth that people don't want to hear.
Massive.
Also in the black culture that involves too, because it's a lot of things in our culture that has some icks that black people do not want to discover because they feel like it's just normal, it's just our culture. And when people like, I'm gonna say people like other people that recognize it and they just blatantly tell you that's a problem in your culture and you all need to fix it. Some people get offended. What you like? It's like telling a fat person you fat and you need to go work out. Fat person be like, who the? Hold on, don't talk about my body. You body shaming.
That is kind of wrong to do.
It is wrong to do,
If
but
you don't
it's
know that person, like you shouldn't go up to a person you don't know and love and say, "Yo, you fat, you need to work out." Cause
like on some.
you don't know what they doing already. That's why I say,
It's wrong, but also too, it's like on some. It's something that you need to hear. If I was a broke drug addict that would just spend my money on drugs, I do need somebody to come up to me and tell me like, "Yo, bro, you need to save your money. Quit spending your money." That's the reason why you going in that direction. It's called the harsh truth.
hold on, woke test, woke test, woke test, woke alert. Just because I brought up our music possibly could have desensitized the country, that's not me blaming black people for Charlie Kirk getting killed. Woke
Oh
alert,
no no
woke
no no
test,
no. That's
woke
just an
alert,
environment.
work test. That's all I'm just saying for the liberals.
I'd look at it like, but I do look at it like it was drill music that heightened the desensitized of somebody dying. I can say that because if you look at some of the music where you hear NWA that spoke against, they were kind of like political. You could say that, and then
Maybe
you
I'm
got like,
maybe I'm just speaking on the black people that don't like Charlie Kirk. I'm speaking about our culture when I say this
yeah,
because we got people that's just so desensitized to people getting killed if they don't like them. They don't like Charlie Kirk. Ain't nobody said like that. He ain't have to die. A few people, but
mm-hmm,
most people is thinking he's racist, thinking he got something against black people,
yeah.
thinking he's a fascist, thinking he hate the LGBTQ. He don't hate them. He just don't accept it. All right, so
I had to talk with somebody online. Like they saw one they probably saw a clip of Charlie Kirk talking to another black girl about she was going on like stuff that happened decades giving justification on why black people act a certain way. And he basically was saying that just like how Brian Downs spoke about black people in certain situations. He said around the Jim Crow era, we was more conservative because we was deeply embedded with religion. He wasn't saying that since we was better off in Jim Crow. He was just saying around that time our values was more heightened, had more importance compared to today. And people would get that sort of message mixed and screwed. Like when Charlie was like, um, back in the 1940s, um, back in the slavery area, blacks were doing less crime. Nowadays, they 13% of the population, but they do 57% of the crime. And he was just saying back in slavery, black people weren't doing crimes. But people put it as if like he's stating that black people were better off as slaves. And if you get most of the time on social media, if you get that one side, that's why I spoke about defamation. Defamation is a is a key to a lot of people demise sometimes because that what can happen when you just show one side of it. And plus, we got phones now, so I can look at my phone and get one perspective and take off with it.
Yeah, but we could do that for both sides though.
Yeah, true.
It's a lot of conservatives here that can favorite conservative podcaster and start thinking like that podcaster.
Yeah,
You just gotta have a full open mind to everything, bro. You can't be everything Trump do good. Can't be everything Democrats do good. You gotta be honest with yourself.
Yeah, I agree with that. But it's crazy. It's sad that that happened, but somebody will learn from his messages. That's pretty much the overall goal was to at least help one person. So I'm pretty sure he inspired somebody.
Yeah, he inspired a lot of motherfuckers.
yeah, man. He got people in South Korea, London. Like his influence has like have reached a lot of people. Like yeah, he was a part of the MAGA movement, but he was also part of the conservative movement of making people like value religion. He would speak scripture to you. He wouldn't just try to like bear you down with his ideas. He'll say a scripture to you to make you actually bring peace to your mind because that's basically what Christians do, or that's
Uh,
what Christians were supposed to do.
find like a clip or something, man. I I really don't want to keep piling on with the Charlie Kirk shit because we got to play some new updates or something.
First game, first game.
We
Oh
knew
nah, yeah, because it's like it is like man, it's like it's fresh, but it's on some like we still got to move on. We can't we like people right now that's on this like on the conservative side, even black conservative. We preach about victimhood, and also like when we do meet tragedies, we supposed to treat it as if we're not victims. And the best way to treat that way is to look and be like, yo, we got to keep moving, because there's bad things gonna happen. Nobody's immune to any bad stuff that happen in life. You gotta just keep on moving. And the quotes are finding Nemo, you gotta just keep swimming.
I got like a 3 minute Fox News little update they put for the people. Some attorneys see what they got going on. Some Fox News. Let maybe they can
Fact.
explain the update we left out.
I got you,
People
man. I
in
got
the
it coming up,
these
man.
niggas in the comments still asking for Epstein. God.
Man, it's too much going on,
Man, we
man.
gotta, speaking of too much going on, after we hit this Charlie Kirk, man, we moving on to the UFO hearing.
Facts,
Jesus.
facts. Well, let's
Not
get a
going
little
on
update
Epstein.
on let's get a little update, man.
25 minutes after the hour now, FBI officials confirming that the suspect accused of killing Charlie Kirk lived with his transgender partner and that they are fully cooperating with the agency's investigation. According to law enforcement, Tyler Robinson's partner showed agents Discord messages about leaving and retrieving a rifle, engraving bullets, and changing outfits. Fox News contributor and criminal defense attorney Josh Ritter joins us now. Great to have you with us, my friend. I just want to share just a bit about the alleged shooter. A lot of people are learning bits and pieces as we showed the wall here. Yes, 22-year-old Utah native described as quiet and very smart. But I want to draw your attention to the lower right there in white. Registered to vote with no party affiliation and inactive in the last two elections. And I mention that specifically because there have been those who've suggested there was a right-leaning political motivation here, which I think is clearly easy to dispute. I just want to begin by asking you, where are we on this investigation and what happens here in the next week or so?
It's still early on, but they've already got a tremendous flood of information. I mean, we're starting to learn about these messages. Obviously, the roommate or partner is going to be a wealth of information to find out. I think first they want to know how much planning went into all of this, and then they're going to be very concerned with motive. There's been a lot of speculation about motive, what could have compelled him to commit this kind of horrendous assassination. We had some insights from the inscribings on the bullet casings. Also some of the messages that he shared, some of the thoughts that he shared with even his family members. But now, as we're starting to learn about this relationship that he may have had, that starts to add further insight, I think, both into the assassination itself and then even chillingly to the timing of the assassination with the words that were coming out of Charlie Kirk's mouth at the time that he was shot.
Yeah, one of the questions right around the time that the shot rang out was about transgender violence. Is there a nexus there that we can sort of draw some connection between that and the fact that the alleged shooter is involved with a transgender person?
I think it's easy to draw, connect those dots. I mean, if he was involved in a relationship, and that was something compelling him to have these hateful feelings towards Kirk. To me, there seems to be an absolute connection between the timing of the shooting itself and the fact that he's making it, this is a public assassination. He wanted him to be shot in front of people, voicing his feelings, and it looks like he may have waited until the exact moment that the message coming from Kirk's mouth was something he wanted to make a statement about.
Yeah, something we have to keep a very, very close eye on. Let's just say this real quickly, 15 seconds. Ryan Ruth, where do you imagine this goes from here, especially now that we're learning more about where he was set up and how he stalked, in effect, the president?
Prosecutors have done a tremendous job in spite of kind of the difficulties of dealing with Ruth representing himself, and in spite of the kind of, just craziness, quite frankly, that brings to the proceedings. They've kept their eye on the ball, and I expect them to continue to do that throughout the trial.
The great Josh Ritter joining us this morning.
Yeah.
Update.
I mean,
Well,
yeah. I mean, I start off. It's like when you see evidence like that, it's repeated evidence of certain people that are doing violence. I ain't saying that the person who did the violence was trans, but I'm just saying it's always a trans person somewhere around these sort of incidents. it's like, dang, are we going to just look away? Are we going to keep looking away? Are we going to just pinpoint where mental illness at? Because it's like, it's alarming. I hate the fact where you do got a lot of people out here that's trying to tell you that's not the reason. How do you know if this person did it was this? It's like, you can look at the evidence. You don't have to close your eyes. Look at the evidence.
But the good part is people not dumb, man. And everybody don't believe these CNN, MS, now ass niggas, man.
Yeah.
Like, they know what time it is.
And I'm
Keep
glad,
on
bro.
lying, losing credibility. Why do it? Excuse me.
Yeah. And
Why
I'm glad that some of these people losing their job for celebrating this. I'm glad. It's better than losing your life. That's all I'm gonna say. So you got a second chance to get your mind straight.
anything else on Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, man. Just prayers out. Just prayers out. Prayers out to anybody with mental illness. Prayers out to anybody who's, struggling with this time. Because we know we got sensitive people out there. Regardless of who you is, prayers out to you.
So, now I got to work on my segues, man. How do we segue to the UFO shit that I just saw, bro?
We can get to it.
Speaking of unidentified flying objects,
Yeah,
that was a
like,
bad joke. It's a bad
like,
joke.
bro, that clip I saw, man. Like, can y'all please show that? Cause I am appalled.
Well, the clip I have is
I'm about to
you
say,
know,
give a briefing before I put it up, because I'm
yeah,
about to
the
put it
clip
up.
I have is a clip of, some statements that were made in the hearing, and it's gonna show the video as well in the clip. It's a 3-minute clip. So I'm gonna need everybody to watch along, and then we're gonna react.
Man, y'all scared?
We'll see. We'll see. After our answer all that, after our reactions,
I got you, man.
It's real, bro. It's real out here. September.
you ain't gonna want to
Gallaudet,
speed
Lou
it when the
Elizondo, and
video
Mr.
come
Gold,
on.
and the many others that have come forward. We hear you, and it's time that we, enough is enough. It's time that we take action. Look, I'm not jumped to the conclusion that I believe that there are, aliens coming from another planet, but I'm open to that. And I think that it's our responsibility, especially when we're seeing that we have a government that is actively blocking information from us. Just last night, I tried to get an amendment onto the National Defense Authorization Act that fit in the germaneness of that bill to have UAP disclosure. And conveniently, it was named non-germane, mostly deemed by staff, not even an elected official. This is the kind of stuff that we repeatedly see. Last year, we were blocked by someone in House administration from being able to receive a full briefing from Arrow. So not an elected official, but someone in staff blocked us. And I've had it. Enough is enough. I want to cue up a video that I've been given.
Here you go.
And as before it starts, I'm going to describe. This was taken October
You might
30th,
want to slow it down
2024.
nowadays.
This video is of an MQ-9 drone tracking an orb, or this object, off the coast of Yemen. You'll see that another MQ-9 launched a Hellfire missile. That you cannot see that drone. And so I'm not going to explain it to you. You'll see exactly what it does.
So go real slow right now. So right now that's the actual alleged UAP/UFO. It's being tracked. As you can see, it's like a glowing herb or whatever. You're gonna see the Hellfire missile drop from the left top corner of the video, and then you'll see what happens. It will be dropping soon. We just gotta play it slow so nobody misses anything.
Yeah, because it is kind of like, You want to catch it.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that's over some ocean. He explained
Yeah.
it, but I think we missed it. Well, I missed it. I ain't gonna say we.
This is a brief.
Yeah.
There's
The
the
missile,
Hellfire
right?
missile.
That's the missile.
Boom, bounces off.
Damn.
You see the UAP kind of do some kind of spin, but it's glowing still. You see little 3 debris surrounding it, but it's still flying with the UAP.
Man. And it looked like the missile didn't even blow up.
Like, you see the pieces still flying with it. It's insane.
Wow.
And I have a theory for that based off of another UFO incident.
This is when it zoomed out, so you can still see it traveling.
Wow.
Non-destructible.
So, Mr. Knapp, do you have you heard about, events like this occurring? And what information might you have?
I have heard about events like this. I have heard about this event. Jeremy Corbell and I talked about it in one of our episodes a while back. We did not have the video, though. There are servers where there's a whole bank of these kind of videos that Congress has not been allowed to see, that the public hasn't been allowed to see. Occasionally, some of that stuff gets out in the wild, and it comes our way. It should be going to you. The public should be seeing this stuff. And why you're not allowed to, I don't know. But that's a Hellfire missile smacking into that UFO and just bounced right off. And it kept going.
It kept going, and it looks like the debris was taken with it.
Yeah. What the hell is that?
So
What flies like that?
again, I'm not going to speculate what it is, but the question is, why are we being blocked from this information?
That could be the question right there.
Yeah.
Why would you think that people are blocking people that's in Congress that have a clearance to this information?
Well, that's what I was a little confused on, because I came across videos of hearings where these people were voting against the information coming out. And after seeing this video that came out in 2024, obviously this isn't the first time this has happened. So in my opinion, I feel as if, yes, you should let people know that these things are out here and what's going on. I don't think it would harm people I don't think it would harm people if you just tell them the truth, in my opinion.
So check. Y'all heard of the aerial school UFO landing, where a UFO landing is in Zimbabwe at a school in front of 60 kids?
No.
Give me a brief on that.
All right, so this happened. A UFO landed at a school, and 60 kids witnessed it, and no adults at the school witnessed it. They had a guy come interview the kids, ask them each separately to draw what they saw. They all had similar pictures and shit. But it's a guy who was a kid at the time. He's an adult now, and he had a regression. I guess that helps you remember your memory or some shit, like through
It's hypnotized, right? It's like a hypnotization thing.
He done that, and I sent Bigger a video, and he's gonna kind of describe what he's seen. And the reason I'm showing this, not just because it's another UFO situation, but because of the video we just watched, you can see these, when the missile hit, you can see these debris still flying with the ship. And I think, from my perspective, I think he's explaining what those orbs are.
Okay.
Sort of like the events that I now have, because this kind of brought to light a few details that I otherwise before did not have, or details that might have disappeared within the time of the event, and obviously us going through life and growing up. But, small details like the lights, and how now I have a clear picture of there being these spheres. And these spheres were about my size, the size of an adult human, right? And these spheres were kind of rotating around the craft in an anti-clockwise motion. And they were glowing bright, bright white. Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of the way I look at it, the light that a lot of people were seeing were being emitted by these spheres. All right. And as we kind of progress through the story, they kind of switched behavior in a way. And as if they were being repelled by a magnet, one at a time, the spheres shot off in different directions, right? Then leaving the craft itself, which because there was no light now shining on the craft, you could tell it was a silver sort of color of the craft.
So he basically saying the spirits left
And
the craft so he could see the actual color of the craft. But bro, if you watch that thing like 7 minutes long, aliens came off the ship when these kids was there. They all drew it, and he said the way it moved was like blink, pop back in vision, disappear, pop back in vision. This like it's moving like disappear, move, disappear, pop up like that. That's how it moves. Actual being, he said. I was like, whoa, but. Bruh, who's to say what's real and what's not? But I just played that to show, like, I think those orbs that bounced off was those orbs that'll go around the ship. Like he talking, like maybe it's a force field, maybe that's what helped it go. But I think that's what those three things were that bounced off when the missile
Or
hit.
or it, or it could have been orbs that protected, like, cause the missile hit the craft, and then those three particular objects was now flying with it. So it could have just like been a defense mechanism. You
That's
know
what
what I'm
I'm
saying?
saying. But we don't know what exactly it is.
Because we've
But
seen we've seen movies when there's like one main alien ship, and then different little alien ships pop off of that one main one.
little drones.
Yeah, so it could have been something similar to that.
My question is this: you saw that we shot at it. We saw that it did not retaliate. Is that evidence of these creatures are
Don't know if they
frightened of
creatures.
us,
Don't know if they creatures.
or
Yeah,
whoever was flying that? I'm just saying
yeah,
wherever
that's tough.
whoever they shot at. Can you say what can you say, like, what can you say about these? What can you say about that orb, even though it didn't retaliate?
Uh,
It-
can I go first?
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I want to say that to answer your question, that shows me that we don't know what the fuck we're doing. All right, because if a hail missile can't take out a craft, bro, a hail missile, bro, that's not no baby little
Yeah,
missile,
that's
bro.
one of our big dogs.
Yeah, and to see that it didn't explode on impact, it just brushed off. I'm just like, whoa, that's some type of
It brushed off
technology.
and also kept moving too. Like it
Yeah,
didn't. It didn't want to search. Like who the fuck did that? Like on some shit like that.
that shows me that we need to talk. We need to know what's going on.
I wish it wasn't lit up like white like that. I think you can only see it in infrared.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And I hate that because I want to see like is it what type of material it is. The way that shit looked at first when it first impact, it looked like jello. Like a jello.
Quicksilver.
That shit crazy, bro.
Do y'all think that Do y'all think that we should just because this video came out in 2024, so I'm pretty sure there's other videos or other scenarios that has
Yeah.
happened up until now. Do you think that this should be something that the public should know about?
Of course.
Yeah, and no, because it's like, what can the masses do? What can the masses really can do? because we can't shoot. No, we don't have the masses don't have hell missiles.
But the
So it's
masses
like
Well,
don't. The masses don't need to shoot nothing. We got military and space force for that. But
so
the
that's like
masses, but the
what can
masses,
we do though?
you don't need to do nothing. You just need to know the information. Like it's just right that people that live on this planet know that that's a possibility.
cause this I'm not trying to like say anything about this or be disrespectful, but I think that if we have the right to know what type of person shot and killed Charlie Kirk, then I think we should have the right to know what other type of potential dangers could be lurking out there for humanity. It's like we as humans just have to figure out a way to come together because we don't know what other forces is out there that could potentially harm us or do something that we can't control. And I feel like a lot of these politics and political views and arguments and things that people just don't get along over certain words and beliefs is causing division, and that's not going to help defeat if there is an enemy threat outside of humanity. So that's just my take on it. I just feel like we should know what's the dangers.
And that's why it's like that's why I'm like I'm kind of in the middle with it because it's like I don't want nobody to feel like they can take stuff in their own hands. You see that how powerful that hell missile was, and it did nothing to it, but it
Yeah.
also did not retaliate.
But
So
you also
we don't know how much
nah,
power
it's like this.
we don't know how much power that orb pertain or contain. We don't know if that
But
orb is hostile. We don't know if that orb is gonna shoot down. We don't know what type of orb it got. We don't know what type of orb
yeah,
that
so
weapons on it.
outside of not knowing that, the reason you want to tell people another reason is for people to also help in the search. They look up. Once you hear the information, you look up. Now you can report what you see to help the Department of Defense have a better shot at figuring out what's going on. Instead of you just relying on the Department of Defense to look, all videos matter. Your ring cameras, you just record and you look at it later and happen to see something in the video, like send all that in, send everything in that you think could be anything. Let them sift through it and decide what's real or not. That's why I think they should tell people because people can help with the search.
I
I mean,
um
I understand
I,
you can provide
I
footage with this.
definitely do have a question that's pondering in my head. So, like you just said earlier, after we've seen this missile get fired at this craft, why was there no retaliation from the craft? Like, I feel like that means something. It's something in that.
Exactly.
Like, why didn't that thing shoot back?
It fled off. Just like how just like you shoot at a deer. A deer can whoop your ass. A
It's
deer
because
can
y'all,
if a deer actually struck like if you shot at a deer and did not kill it, and that deer end up tracing that bullet and were like, oh, you the one who shot me. A deer can actually kill you.
a deer won't come back at you though like that.
Yeah, it will
Like,
fled off. It will fled. That's why it's
yeah.
like, what
But
type of
that's
creature
what I'm
is this?
saying. But we don't. That's what I'm saying. We don't know. We don't know if it's the type of creature that understands if something do that shoot back. Like
Or
you
or it
thinking
could,
that if it is a being, you're thinking as if it thinks like we think, and it might not. Is all I'm saying. It might not think if I get shot, shoot back.
or it
We
might
think that.
or it might not be somebody flying it. It might just be like a toy car and it hit the ship and it was like, damn, what the fuck is that? Shook the ship. Don't even worry about it. Keep moving. You know, it could be on some that shit. Could be a probe.
Hey, man, I'm starting to believe more and more that these things come out the water, return to the water. I'm starting to think
Cause all
that,
these videos over water,
yeah, every last one I've seen has been
all
over
the
water.
official ones that they say the military got, is over water.
I'm starting to think that somewhere in this ocean on this planet, there's another civilization.
I'm starting to think that these things that's flying that we're seeing are controlled and they are surveillance. I think we're being researched by
Could be.
I feel like we're being researched
I think the research will already be complete by now.
by what we're saying. We don't even know what they're looking for.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's research. I just think it's something that's here already, and you just happen to catch it here every now and then. Like you don't hear so many stories of that shit being over the ocean, doing something in the water.
Mm.
Maybe the times you see it is just out the water.
Yeah, and but you also got
Don't mean
creatures
it's
that
searching. It don't mean it's studying us. It probably just looking for another resource and going back.
yeah, and that's one of the things you discover off that camera that was hypothermal, whatever it was. You don't know in the naked eye if something's over your head.
Well, they ain't switched back. They kept it in infrared. That usually sometimes in these videos they'll have it infrared, then switch the filter to like the naked eye version
Hmm.
to see if they can still see it, and you don't, and then they switch it to the infrared, and then it's there.
What
So
about this
some
though?
some you can see with the naked eye, and some you can't.
What about this though? Is that is these type of things that we're discovering show the level of intelligence of whatever it is? Because
It might not mean it's
Uh-uh.
smarter than us, but it might be more advanced. Like just because I got a gun and you got a stick, don't mean I'm smarter than you. It just means I got a more advanced
I think the bigger issue,
technology.
I think the bigger issue in this for Americans is how do we get Republicans and Democrats to sit down and look at this information about these
No,
UAPs?
they're together on this. Them was Democrats and Republicans.
they together on it.
They together on this.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
But
but
it's just that
they're
it's
still getting blocked with these classified and
yeah.
threat threat classifications, and you telling people it's military business.
Yeah.
They
We
can't
don't
go.
they
They
don't
can't
even
go
know
over.
who's blocking them. They don't even know who's this person that have that much clearance to block them.
And
Oh wow.
then you're hearing that these vehicles are not even kept with straight military. You're hearing they kept with private companies.
Yeah.
So you can't have oversight over them. You can't force them to show you shit.
Because I remember seeing some of that video. It was like a black dude. I forgot his name, but he was saying that he did alert certain people, and that type of information somehow just not got to the right source.
I feel like, in my opinion, I'm okay with knowing the truth about if they exist or not and why
Yeah,
they're here. Like I think I'm at a point in my life where like I'm okay with knowing the truth because obviously
Different
they here.
and different types. Cause we
Yeah.
saying they, but you hear, but I didn't hear from military people that is tall whites, grays.
Yeah.
The Virginia one in Brazil was a brown one with glowing red eyes, and it's the
Damn.
video that leaked on it where you see one dead in the ground.
Yeah.
Man, it's a lot, bro. It ain't just
I
one. It ain't just one,
I feel like I'm ready though, bro. I feel like I'm ready to know if it's real or not.
bro. You might think so, but the Virginia ones, a guy picked it up. It was dead, and he picked it up with his bare hands, and he died. The doctors could not save this nigga. They didn't know why he was dying. This is
Yeah.
all documented.
shit.
Hey, so
It was the smell too. The smell was so bad it
And the
killed the person.
smell, like,
so do you think
and
if we
somebody said they think that they use the bathroom through their pores.
damn So probably if a human has sex with one, they'll probably die.
Yeah, that tight.
Wow.
Oh,
Man, you better have on a hazmat suit, fucking with people. For
Yeah,
real.
man. But but honestly, I think that information should be public and it should be out for normal people to have access to understanding, especially if there's proof that there's non-human intelligence amongst us.
It's so much proof. It's so much proof.
Yeah.
man. We might as well get to the next one, man. Um, this one too also sparked some conversation among people on the internet, people also in this local area where I live. Um, I ain't gonna show the video, but there's an incident of a Ukraine woman, Irene Zariska. It happened on August 22 uh, of 2025. Fatal stabbing on Charlotte's Links, Cat's bus. Um, she was a 23-year-old Ukraine refugee who fled Ukraine to settle down in America. She was working at a pizza parlor. She was attending at Cabarrus College County. At 9:50, she rode the train dressed in her work uniform, and a man fatally stabbed her. I ain't gonna disclose this man's name. I don't feel like talking about his name. Um,
Why not?
I don't feel like it's my place to do it.
You were
All
reporting
right.
the news. You said her name. So say his name. He the one did it. Got to make people aware.
And then too, I'm starting to have a different take on this.
Yeah,
I,
what's your
I
take?
s- man, a part of me is starting to feel like maybe this is a cry for help for Ukrainians because, like, yeah, I agree that this was a horrific accident and it shouldn't have happened.
Mm.
But what sparked me was like, well, why is the fact that she's Ukrainian being highlighted?
Well, I mean, I think that's one of the inconvenient coincidence of all this.
But yeah, and I get that, but to me, it just so happened it comes off as like uh, the Ukrainians ain't getting no help from Americans. Now they getting killed in America. Like it, I feel like it can get spent that way in the media. Cause I'm pretty sure there's other incidents where white women or black women, whatever race, have gotten
True,
killed in America.
true.
But because this lady is like, I guess Ukrainian now, it's like fucking mass media news now.
Well, I mean, the only thing I can say about why she's being from Ukraine was highlighting it was just the fact why she was down here, why she was working at a pizza parlor. I think that's like just basic information. I don't think that was something that you need to focus on. That was just basic information of her. Like,
Well, the guy name was DeCarlos Brown.
yeah,
23-year-old guy stabbed Shorty. Maybe he wasn't 23. She 23, I think.
yeah,
But my take is she got stabbed and that's sad. Um, he going to jail. Sorry that it happened, but I think the main focus should be on the system that allowed him to be free after being locked up 14 to 15 times. Yeah, she got stabbed and it's sad, but we need to shift the focus, in my opinion, to why he was free.
Especially after 14 different
After
charges.
14
and
different
that's the
days.
highlighted part. That I mean, her being from Ukraine was an inconvenient coincidence, but it's also the fact that this man has had repeated offenses that he should not be on the street. He shouldn't even been on the train. And also, it also highlight a repeated offense of some of these Democratic ran cities that have top violence, uncontrollable people, uncontrollable criminals, but they get a smack on the hand and let back on the streets. And also to the practice of cashless bail bonds. People can not have to pay for bonds and they back on the street. What's good, bro? What's good with you, bro? And I think most of the, I'm not too sure, y'all can correct me, about it kind of integrated from catch and release from COVID because they didn't want the jail system too packed. But it seemed like they carried on that practice.
Yeah, but at the same time, it feels like, yeah, it's sad what he did, but you can't fully blame him. Brown's mother, Michelle DeWitt, said her son was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and after he was in prison. So it's like you got to have these systems in place for people with mental illness.
And also too, like later down information too that got highlighted that it was one of, matter of fact, this one ain't one inconvenience. This one a coincidence. It was the fact that the judge was a DEI hire. She wasn't the best person to be in that position. She was a judge that had 0 law degrees. Also, she was one of them woke people that look at you as a victim toward the system. So we're gonna give you one more chance to change your life.
It's
Even
not
though
wrong to give people one more chance, though.
I mean, it's not wrong. You're right. It's not wrong. But if you have done a certain crime or you had committed crime 14 times,
Hmm.
that's when it's wrong. But I understand what you're saying. You're supposed to have a kind heart to say, yo, I'm going to give you a chance. That's why a person actually doing a sentence, they the one who deserve the second chance. They the ones who can get out of prison and say, bruh, I did my time and
It is
I
But
want
time.
to.
no, I feel like
He went to prison.
I feel like, bruh, I feel like the Carlos, whatever his name is, I feel like he was given a chance. He was given 14 chances to get it right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact that he did this, and I just don't think that he should be let back out. And like JB has said, I think the people who, or the system that allow him to keep repeating these offenses 14 times, I think they need to be held accountable as well. Now, I don't know what that solution looks like, but I think something needs to be said or done to make sure those type of things never happen again.
Yeah, the guy
Well, I mean,
schizophrenic.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What you expect this schizophrenic to do? It's unpredictable. So that's the nature of being schizophrenic. Just
Yeah.
unpredictable everything. So when you don't put that guy in a padded room and get him the help he needs, these is the things that can happen. And these liberal cities gonna have to find out that they gotta be more serious about these situations when it comes to gender dysphoria, fucking schizophrenia. Don't matter. We gotta get people these mental health as much as possible because it's starting to really get dangerous.
And I'm sad to say it again. It also highlighted a problem in the black community too on how we treat our own mental illness because it could be poverty, It could be finances, but sometimes in our community, we think doing drugs is the home remedy for our mental illness or probably mishaps. And sometimes that nowadays, you got to beware of what you smoke because these guys that you buying from, you might not have that much trust in them because
But it's
they find the shit in some of these
uh,
damn shits.
I don't mean to cut you, but also, bruh, it all falls back on the system
Yeah,
because
of course, of
there's
course.
been plenty of cases of people who have been medically prescribed prescription pills to help with mental illness issues, and the side effects have caused these people to commit crimes or do crazy things that they
Or
didn't have control
suicide.
of, or suicide. So it's like it's more about figuring out how to mitigate this issue as opposed to coming down hard on drugs.
Like, yeah, he killed a white girl, but would you feel the same way if he stabbed himself in the neck? Then you find out he got schizophrenia, and you probably like, damn,
There wouldn't have been no coverage.
why ain't nobody like had help for this man? He
It-
hearing voices, he
Nobody
don't
would
know
have
what's
known
going
about it.
on.
If he committed suicide, nobody would have known about it or cared about him specifically.
Nobody care about him now because it's murder, but bro, schizophrenic.
It's also too, man. Yeah, it's like regardless of how much you got in your pocket, bro. Like we all probably got something slightly problem with us, bro. We got to do our best way to get it treated, bro. Regardless of where we at and what situation, bro. Cause shit, schizophrenic, he could possibly save himself from doing certain stuff if he would have got it treated out by himself. Just also identifying.
A lot of schizophrenics ain't got the right mind to go look up all this stuff and get it treated themselves.
But I'm just saying, as a person, you will know something's wrong with you. Just like how if you had a sharp knee pain, you will go to the hospital if it didn't go away. That's what I'm just
I,
saying by
But
itself.
that's not
I,
schizophrenia though.
I ain't trying to argue with you, but it's like you don't know what normal is if you never been normal. In my opinion.
Like, yeah, it sounds good to go if you feel like you got a headache, go get it. But this is schizophrenia. Like, that's one of the worst mental cases out.
Regardless, his mental illness still had to be treated, regardless of what stage he was in.
I understand. But unfortunately, it's just people with certain mental issues, bro. Like some of them don't even know, and then so there's some of the people that do know
Yeah.
often have people around them that try to help or take care of them.
So check this.
And that's why
A,
it go back towards the system, bro.
a
Because
person a person with schizophrenia experiences a range of symptoms affecting their thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, which can include hallucinations, seeing or hearing things that aren't real, delusions, false beliefs, disorganized speech and behavior, lack of emotional expression, and difficulty with motivation and social interaction. Bruh, that's that's a man that is going through that ain't even gonna realize like how you think, oh, something wrong with my leg, go get it checked out. You're in your right mind. This person is not in their right mind. That's why they
so
would
you
do
trying to
that.
say just
Why they
not
would
get he had no chance to get it treated? What are you saying?
That he's not in his right mind.
he's
It's
not
like
in his right.
how do
You're
you even
you're saying earlier you said that he need to go get it checked out or
Do
whatever
y'all
and all
believe
that
it couldn't
stuff.
get treated? Do y'all believe this man couldn't get treated?
if he's not in his right mind, bro, how did he
When
supposed to know
you
he need to be
when
treated?
you
Yes or
say
no? Do y'all believe he couldn't get mental illness
I
treated?
don't
But that's
believe
a
he
tricky question, though.
I don't believe
I'm
he
not making it a trick question. I'm
no
making it what yes or no. We don't. I'm not here
no
to trick you.
but it's deeper than yes and no because you said he should do it himself, like have self awareness and go get himself checked out. And I'm saying he's not in his right mind. But if a family member, which his mom already did, take him to the doctor and he was diagnosed with schizophrenia, that's just what y'all system in Charlotte got going on. She took him. That's how he was diagnosed. You can't get diagnosed without being taken to a doctor.
I understand that point, but also too, it
So
need to
maybe
be
it couldn't
treated.
be treated. Maybe it couldn't be.
It could be treated, but like you said, the system. At the end of the day, it could be treated. That's why we have mental illness institutions. That's all I'm saying. It could be treated, but the
Yeah,
system.
but I'm just disagreeing with the fact that he is self aware enough to go do this himself. That's what I'm disagreeing with.
So you trying to tell me a man can't turn himself in a mental institution?
Nah, I'm telling you, a man that has schizophrenia doesn't know that he has schizophrenia and need to go seek help.
Like they don't know the hallucinations they think are real. You know hallucinations not real. He think they're real. It also affects other parts of his brain. Like he can't even speak straight. Don't show no emotion. That's why he was like, "Yeah, I got that white girl." He was saying it like that. He won't walk around. I got her. I got her. He was like, I got that white girl. I got that white girl with no emotion on his face. Even in the mud shot, he looked lost. Like, what am I doing here? Crazy.
I mean, you can give him that, but at the same time, you can also be treated. You also have a chance. Any choice you got. Just like any people who
So,
have mental illness and have mishaps, they will seek help.
so it's almost like you saying there's no possible excuse for somebody to be fucked
Have
up
I
or,
said
or
that?
to,
Have I said that?
but bro, that's how it's
Have I
coming off.
said that? Have I
That's
said that though?
okay. You didn't say that specifically, but how you're describing your
Let me
answer,
tell you what I said.
And
that's
I'm
listen,
how it's
saying,
Dave,
coming
I'm
off.
saying, I'm saying that what?
You giving them
listen,
an excuse, bro. Like I don't understand
this
it.
is the definition. And you ask, could it be cured? The answer is no. Schizophrenia is a chronic mental
I
health
didn't say
condition.
cure. I said treated.
Cured, treated.
Yeah,
Listen,
put
it's
treated.
the
I
same
said
thing.
treated.
It cannot be cured. However, it can be managed with a combination of treatments.
I said treated. You want to take it back on your YouTube? Take it back on the phone.
No, I'm not taking it back
I
because the
said treated.
guy still it can be treated, but it can't be cured. That means it can still flare up at
Just
any
like
time.
just like how I got high
That
blood
means if
pressure,
you're not
I can take
careful,
medication for it.
yeah,
That's
but
what
if
I'm
you
saying.
stop, it'll flare up.
Exactly. That would be my decision. It would be my decision to go back to the doctor
And
and look for
do you
treatment.
think a person with schizophrenia can make wise decisions? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes. Just like if you're
Yes or
sick, you
no?
can go to the doctor.
But those are
Nah,
different illnesses,
bro.
bro.
This
Like
nigga
you
talking
keep
about
putting
a
them in the
person
same
with that
category.
shit is a chronic mental disorder, and he's saying that a person with schizophrenia who see hallucinations, their
That's like
senses is off, can make wise decisions.
that's like you saying
What?
somebody that's paraplegic should be able to run because they got a decision to. Like no, they can't run, bro. They're paraplegic.
So they just gonna be like, oh, I can't walk. They not gonna find a way to walk. Are you saying that? Yes or no?
Yeah, if you paraplegic, you're not gonna find a way to walk.
So you just gonna remain in a wheelchair?
Yeah,
Because I see people in the Olympics. I see people in the Olympics that be in a wheelchair. They have ways to run.
are they walking? Are they running?
Yes.
No, they're in a wheelchair.
They have prosthetic ways. You can have a prosthetic leg to walk.
Listen, bro.
Is a muscle different than a mental?
Is a man with prosthetic leg can walk? That's what I'm saying. You are given a chance
Does
regardless.
your prosthetic leg have to do anything with your mental?
No.
I just
That's what I'm
feel-
saying. I don't know why we talking about a man with no legs can walk. That's what I'm saying. You are everybody given a chance to get shit treated.
I just feel
Like-
like, and I may be wrong, but I just feel like you're disregarding that this dude had a mental illness, and I think that
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that he has a mental illness and he can't get it treated.
It just, from my opinion, it comes off like I feel like you acting like because he got schizophrenia that don't mean anything. Like that just don't give him the right. Like
that ain't
that's how it's
enough.
coming off.
Like,
When did I ever say that? I said he had a chance to get it treated. I said he had a choice. I said he had an option.
what schizophrenia is, man, that shit is like, if you was around a person that's schizophrenic, you would think they were possessed, bro.
Even just like a person who have
a lot of times in history, people thought they needed an exorcist because of schizophrenia.
So you trying to tell me it was no option for him?
I don't know.
Did he stab the girl? I don't know if it was an option or not. I didn't see what happened past that 30-second video.
Just like with cancer patients, and they have stage 5. They
Nobody
still go
knows.
get treatments.
Nobody knows what happened.
They still
before,
get treatments.
Nobody
They still
knows
have a
what
chance to
happened
go
before
get treatments.
Or after. Nobody knows what happened.
That's
before
what I'm saying.
or
I'm
after
saying
that.
he still had a chance to get treated, just like anywhere else.
He went to the doctor. It didn't work.
So,
How you know it didn't work? How you know it didn't work?
Because she did.
How you know it didn't work though?
Because she did.
Do you think that the shooter of Charlie Kirk should have went and got treatment mentally before he committed that crime? Do you think it was something wrong with him?
Yes.
So it shows that there's different levels to craziness. Like not everybody knows that's crazy. Not everybody knows that they need to go get help. They might think that abnormal things are just normal.
Yeah.
I'm saying what you trying to. I'm saying that anybody got a chance to get treated. Anybody got a chance to correct themselves. Anybody. That's why we have doctors. You still got a chance, even if you was on your last limp. You still have one option to go to the hospital.
Don't mean it's gonna work.
It don't mean, but that's what the hospital for.
And he went. That's how he got diagnosed with schizophrenia.
And he got treated. And he supposed to be keeping up with his treatment, and he didn't.
Yeah, and I'm just saying you can't blame him. Gotta blame.
I didn't blame him.
He can't take care. A person with schizophrenia can't take care of themselves. Simple as that.
Can't do it.
I never said he couldn't take care of himself. I said he had a chance to go get treated.
That's kind of taking care of yourself, though.
It's kind of like you projecting. I never said that.
But
I said he has a chance. I'm giving the man hope.
Earlier, you said he should have went and got that taken care of.
On
in
his
less
own.
words, on his own. And I'm just saying that if he has schizophrenia, he doesn't have the brain to know that is something wrong with him.
Well, brother,
So
he's
he wouldn't
out
even-
of his mind, dog.
So he wouldn't even know that he needs to go get checked out. Is what I'm
in the
saying.
worst way.
And there's millions of people who have schizo, and there's a million people who go constant to the doctor because they know they got a mental illness.
Do you think that shit free?
I know it ain't free.
Do you think that might be the reason?
I'm gonna tell you the reason why he got arrested 14 times, all for robbery.
Because he ain't had no money. Maybe that's why he didn't get treated.
So he had a choice to get a job, to get benefits.
With schizophrenia.
Yes, that's why they say. So you ain't never had a job application and say you got disabilities.
You got it.
So you never did a job application that says, "Do you have disabilities?" So you trying to tell me a person with disabilities can't work?
You work with somebody that
Yes,
has
that's why they get disability checks.
And I work with and I work with a man with disability. I work with a man who was deaf.
Certain disabilities you can't work.
So you work with somebody
So
that has
you trying to tell me? So that basically you trying to tell me he had a chance to get a check and get treated. So that means he had a fucking option. You just now said that.
But
No,
maybe
I
he
didn't
didn't
say
have a
what you just said.
caretaker. Maybe he didn't have a caretaker
That's what
to
I'm
help him
saying,
with
bro.
those
Maybe the
All I'm
decisions.
saying it
caretaker,
was a
maybe
choice. It
the
was an
caretaker
option.
was afraid of him. Maybe people that had to help him was afraid of him.
All I'm saying, everybody got a choice.
Caretakers are security guards or something. You
But
don't know
that's
what
what
he
some of
gonna get.
these liberals try to
You
do
saying what
do
somebody
to people, trying to
could
make
have,
it seem
should
like
have,
they push against the
coulda,
wall
shoulda.
and they ain't got no choice. Everybody have
Saying
a
what
choice.
people could have, should
Everybody
have
got a
done. You don't
chance.
even know the circumstances.
Yeah,
That's the thing about it. Everybody got a
choice.
chance.
Everybody got a choice with that
Yeah,
stipulation.
able bodies. Yeah, able bodies. He not an able body.
I'm not taking his side. I ain't saying what he did was right.
I never said you did.
I'm just saying like that mental illness shit
I
is
ain't
real,
taking
bro, and you
his
gotta
And
side.
treat
I
that.
agree. And
You
I
gotta treat
agree.
that different than a normal person. It just is what it is.
That's the thing. That's the thing about it. When you go to a doctor,
Maybe he ain't like the rest
you either
of us.
go get checked out or you don't. That's a point of you got options.
Can you be treated for Alzheimer's?
Yes.
How?
But it's also get to a point if you get it detected early or late. There's also a no turn. No, you can't. No point of return. That's why it's different stages of cancer. When you go to the doctor and you
Yeah,
stage
Alzheimer's.
5, that they will let you know your
Schizophrenia
possibility of
ain't
getting.
schizophrenia ain't cancer. Rabies ain't cancer. You can't cure these things.
And I'm glad you went back to schizophrenia. I'm glad you went back to that. He had a chance to get it treated.
There's no treatment and cures for Alzheimer's. Just look it up. Like this
And you
mental
just looked
stuff.
it up that it said you could get treated for schizo. So I don't know why you bringing up Alzheimer's.
There's
But
treatments, but there's no
I
cure.
don't know why you bringing up Alzheimer's.
That's just keeping you alive. That's like
Let's not move
you.
the
That's like
goalpost. Let's keep it on all. Let's keep it
nobody
on
moving the
schizo. But let's
goalposts.
keep it on
Nobody
schizo.
moves.
Let's
So
keep it on
that's like
schizo.
somebody who's mortally ill.
But let's
You
keep it
can
on
have them
schizo
in the
though.
hospital and treat them and keep them alive, but they won't live.
But
So
let's keep it on schizo
they'll
though. I don't
choose
want
to
to bring
cut
up
the
another
cord.
disease. Let's keep it on
They'll choose to
schizo.
cut the cord.
Let's keep it on schizo.
in my opinion, I ain't trying to make it racial, but based on what I saw from that guy and my perspective of him, I can assume that that particular guy doesn't have the resources or the people around him to help him get to where he needs to be to. So, for example, maybe he didn't have money to get treatment. Maybe he don't have a family around him to make sure they're taking him home. Like, why is he even on the train if he has schizophrenia?
Maybe he escaped the caretaker. You know, niggas with
Like,
schizophrenia get lost sometimes.
I have a friend whose child has autism, and they said that it's been times when they'll be in the store and they try to take off running away. Like, you can't control how people with mental illnesses react.
I guess just not gonna let him get treated. Let him just be on the street then, since there ain't no option for him.
But that's the issue. The issue is the fact that he was let out 14 times, given the fact that he
Why I
has this
said the
track record.
system. He should have been in the crazy house.
He shouldn't even
Not
been out in
fucking
public.
a political statement.
By
He sh-
who? Who got a political statement?
Benny Johnson. A lot of MAGA Republicans that's white who feel like they're not getting treated right in this country based on DEI. So when they see a black person do something, they overly hopping on it. Like, why y'all ain't in the streets like y'all was in the streets with Black Lives Matter? Them people.
I mean, he got a fair case. He's seeing certain skin colors getting
Not
popped,
to
and
me.
everybody is
Not to
having that's.
me.
He have a fair sense, just like how people have fair sense of
Not to
when they
me.
went out and protested about BLM.
They don't
Like
got a fair case to me.
they had a fair case too. They saw black people getting shot by police, so
But
they felt like it was time to
black
protest.
people wanted justice for it.
Just like how Benny Johnson felt outraged when he saw a white girl get stabbed on the train, and it was and he saw the footage of a black person stabbing a white girl, saying, "I got that white girl." He should feel outraged.
Yeah, because he white and he reacted off emotions without hearing all the details.
Can't tell him he can't be outraged. Like, he should be outraged.
I can't tell him that. Calm your ass down. That nigga going to jail. End the story.
And that's his platform, and he felt like it needed to be highlighted.
Yeah, he's sharing it to the world, and it got comments under his videos, so I can make a comment about it. That's what he wanted. That's why he posted on YouTube.
I mean, he rightfully own. He don't like what he saw, just like a million people on this earth see reported, repeated offenses. Like,
Crime,
he should feel that way.
Crime happens, but they got justice. Dude going to jail. That's the difference.
Life. He got life, right?
No, he's being evaluated. He being evaluated for 6 months more on his schizo.
He probably gonna get off. Ain't his fault.
But later he was being evaluated, and somebody was evaluating him, and he told him it was the material that made him do it. He said it was man-made material that made him do it.
That sounds like a schizophrenic answer.
Sound like that. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Like, what the hell does that even mean? The material.
This guy,
Okay.
you want this guy to have a job? Come on.
So he must have been like that all his life. He must have been like that all his life. He must have been like that from stage. We don't know.
His mama said he was different after he came from prison. So he could have been smoking some K2 and forgot himself fucked up. Who knows?
Could have been laced or something.
So maybe he wasn't like that the other time.
Maybe he wasn't. Maybe, yeah, just give him that. He never had a chance. He never had an option. Because he was schizo. He never had that chance.
And that could possibly be the truth.
That happens to some people.
Some people don't have a chance. Yeah, some
people
don't have a
bro.
chance. Some people don't have a chance to go to prison. Some people don't have a chance to commit a crime.
Some people think people with schizo is just as normal as people without it. Don't mean they right.
Yeah, some people never had a chance to get it treated. So they just let him be schizo.
You can get it treated, but it can't be cured.
Yeah, I mean, he get treated for it. That's why we do have mental institutions.
So why y'all ain't using them? That's where he was supposed to be.
Why you say y'all? I ain't crazy. I ain't got no schizo.
You don't live in Charlotte? That's
I live in
city.
Charlotte.
That's the city it happened in. That's why I said y'all.
And you can also say, too, there's a lot of people that will claim to be that bad in mental illness just to get off. That probably could have been the reason why he got off 14 times and still did the same offenses. Who knows? I'm just saying like this. Regardless of what situation you in, regardless of situation you in, you do have an option not to do that certain shit, and you do have an option to seek help. Just like if a person is depressed, he has the option to call the suicide prevention number. It's always an option. There's always an option.
Not if you're mentally ill. Mentally retarded, I don't think you'll be able to communicate like most people.
So you just gonna tell a person to kill themselves? Wait, they should just kill themselves because they ain't got no option?
You heard me say that?
I'm asking you. Yes or no?
If I can say that, then no.
All right, then. They got an option. Point blank.
Not nobody mentally retarded.
No, bro.
He just answered. He said they got an option.
I
it's
said
like you
it don't mean kill
disregarding
him.
you disregarding like the mental issue part. It's like it's almost like you're saying that just because they got a mental issue don't mean that
So do y'all believe this
they
man
don't.
had an option to get treated?
But if you got mental illness, bro,
Yes or
sir,
no?
bro, it's deeper than a
I
yes or
feel
Yes
like
or
he.
no.
I
no?
feel like he was
Yes or
let down by
no?
the system.
It's
That's what I
deeper
feel
than
like.
a just yes or
Yes
no,
or
Dave.
no?
I
It's
feel like
deeper
he
than a
was
yes
let
or
down
no,
by the system.
Why can't you answer? I've been answering all the questions y'all been answering.
bro.
Why can't you answer that?
But this
I feel like
particular
he was let
thing
down
is
by the
deeper than a
system.
yes or no. Is what I'm
Why
saying to
can't you
you.
answer it though?
I did. I feel like he was let down by the system.
Yes or no? He didn't have an option. Yes or no?
I feel like he was let down by the system
Yeah. You're evading the question. You're evading the question.
with an answer.
Yes or no?
I feel like he was let down by the system.
I guess because you got a mental illness, you still should be treated like a normal person.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying you still got an option. Just like if somebody was
No,
right
just like
here,
a normal
just like
person.
how right now, if I was depressed right now, I wanted to kill
Well, that's
myself.
depression, bro. You
That's
talking about
Can y'all
depression.
depression? That's
let
mental
me finish? No, let me
schizophrenia.
finish. No, hell no, let me finish.
That's
If
not
I was trying to
schizophrenia.
kill myself right now and I was depressed, I
That's
have an option to pick up a phone and call suicide prevention.
that's
But
not
if you're
schizophrenia.
schizophrenic, you don't know how to do that. You don't know. You don't have the know-how to even do that if you're
You don't even the
schizophrenic.
Man,
numbers to be
everybody got an
talking.
option, bro. Everybody got an option, bro.
Nah, man, I
Even
don't agree.
even
No,
even if
everybody
you
don't,
is
bro.
stage 5 in cancer, you still have an option to be treated. You
I
might not be a
respectfully
great
disagree.
possibility, but you still have an option.
I respectfully disagree.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was it.
That's cool. Y'all feel like it ain't no option. I feel like there is an option.
Free
Point blank.
bro. Free bro, man. He was fucked up by the system.
Yep. And I feel like he had an option.
She did too.
Man.
She could have worked hard and had a car.
She could have
Everybody
Ubered.
got an option.
She was working hard.
She could have Ubered.
Did she have a car? She could have Ubered. She could have walked. She could have
So
rode a
I guess
bike.
it's her fault there. So what you trying? You trying to blame her? Where you going with it?
I'm saying everybody got an option.
Where you
Yeah,
going with it?
based on what you
I'm
saying,
saying
everybody
everybody
got
got
an
an option.
option.
Yeah. And she do got an option. She did have an option to get an Uber, to get a car.
Could have came in and been more aware of her surroundings. She could have had a weapon. She could have had concealed carry. There's a bunch of shit she could have had done.
And I agree with all of y'all. She had an option too. She had an option to sit up front. I agree. There
Or
is an
behind
option.
him. She could have sat behind him.
And I agree. She had an option. Everybody had an option. That was my whole point. Everybody had an option.
Maybe
That
she
was my
had
whole
schizo.
point. That
That's
was
what
my
it
whole
was.
point. Everybody had an option. That was my whole point. She had an option to call Uber and not get on that train. Everybody had an option.
Yep. And my option is she just is just another crime that just happened to be on TV.
Yep. Next.
I forgive, bro.
So, in your opinion, Dave, like, what do you think should have been the
I ain't got
outcome?
nothing else to say about it. I just said everybody had an option.
I know, but what do you think should have been the outcome of this black guy?
As far as what?
Like, given the fact that, like, what you know about the case so far, what do you think the outcome should be? Do you think he should just go to prison, or do you think he should receive some type of medical help? Like, what do you think should happen?
Yeah, he should be locked up. He should go to prison. He should get medical treatment. If this evaluation come out that schizo made him stab a white girl on the train, even though he was on the train with other black people, if they evaluated that for 6 months and realized schizo took him over to that point of making him stab, he should be in prison and he should get the medication. He should
I
get
don't think
treated.
nobody with schizo should be in prison risking the other prisoners' lives.
He
Prisoners go
committed
to
a
prison.
crime.
Prisoners go to prison to do time and go home. I don't think they should be in the same cell with somebody that's schizophrenic.
Okay. That's your opinion. Right on.
Hey man, what's next, man?
That's what I'm waiting for.
A final thought?
I guess so.
Alright, man. Well look, I'll give my final thought first. First I think that this case on UAPs and UFOs should be made public. I feel like the citizens have the right to know, and not just American citizens, people all over the world got the right to know about these unmanned craft and technology and everything that's going on. My second final thought, mental illness is real, man. I'm not making an excuse for anybody. I just think that it should be taken more serious than what it's taken. And the whole Charlie Kirk thing was unfortunate. It sucks that happened, and we as a people got to do better, man. You shouldn't kill nobody based on your fucking beliefs on how they talk or how they made you feel. It shouldn't get that far. And that's my final thought.
My final thought, man. Me living nowadays, there's been many times I could have cracked and I could have sold drugs, went to prison. But the back of my head, I always realized I had an option to do right. Even in a world when everybody's doing wrong, I still had an option not to do it. So anybody out there that got mental illness or just mental challenges, you still got an option, regardless of what you're going through.
My thought is, if you got mental illnesses like schizophrenia, you really need to seek serious help because your mind is not like everybody else's mind. The guy who killed Charlie Kirk, bro, you didn't accomplish what you was trying to accomplish. You actually made it worse for your situation. The UAPs, 2026 is all I got, man. I feel like 2026, everybody gonna know a whole lot more, man. And that's all I got.
Facts, man, facts. Next week, man, I see y'all guys, man. We out.